when he told you LeBron James is better than everybody in the Western Conference and that they would make the playoffs. He asked me, he said, "You picking the Sacramento Kings? You're picking the Clippers who are trying to tank their season? You're picking them over LeBron James? LeBron James?"
And Paul Pierce is at it again, Rob.
That's the best way to put it. And you know what, Chris? I'm going to be the first one to say I love when players jump on this side. First of all, they hate us until they retired and they need something to do.
Then they want to do it right.
Then they want to be analysts and reporters, and they interview each other and act like they went to J school. And they know, I'm just telling you, when you're watching this stuff and you got some former player sitting against another player and they going, "Yeah, well, asking these questions or whatever." You know what I mean? Somebody wrote this stuff for them. They didn't go to J school, whatever. And a lot of times, most of them have nothing to say. Most, not all. There's some really good ones, but most have nothing to say. They're too busy. They're in bed with the other former players. They're attached to them because of agents, friends. There's all kinds of stuff. So you sit there and you're not getting the real stuff. So I'm not going to knock Paul Pierce for at least
I agree.
stepping out and not doing the everybody's great kind of commentary, which is what we normally get, Chris, right?
I agree. He makes some outlandish statements.
Right, he does.
But I applaud him for being willing to say something.
Right, because a lot of guys don't say anything.
Right. I'm with you. I have a funny Paul Pierce story. When the year after they won the championship in 2000, what was that, 8? He had come out and said he's the best player in the world. And
was that outlandish back then too, huh?
Yeah, because I said my next. I don't know if I wasn't tweeting back then, but I said on radio or somewhere, TV, that I don't even think he's in the top 10.
Oh,
and he called. I keep wanting to say tweeted. He texted me or emailed me something. "You're not even in my top 10 local sports writers."
Wow. You were like, first of all,
well, I'm not even local. But,
I'm national.
Right. But I like that about Pierce, and I joke with him about that when I see him. And I've told him, I've been like, "Look, you used to get mad at me for saying stuff. Now you saying stuff about players." And he gets it. But I'm with you. Even though I don't agree with a lot of stuff he says, I like that he'll come out and say what's on his
do,
mind.
really. And that's why Charles, you can say whatever you want.
Right.
That's why Charles Barkley's a star on television.
Yep.
Because, and even, you know what? He can get away with it. Most guys can't.
And a lot of players have gotten mad at him.
Oh, there's no doubt. Oh, yeah. LeBron, they've all. Yeah. Remember, LeBron went personal on Charles about his gambling and all that kind of stuff. He put it out there. And you can't be that personal, get caught up. That's his job. And even Charles, the one to me is my favorite of all, is at one point a couple of years ago, the NBA just going through, some bad teams early on in the season. And he said, the league's unwatchable. Like, I just cannot. There's not too many people work in concert with the league who could say that and get away with it.
Right.
But that's what he said. So here's my point. Paul Pierce, I love that you're willing to step out there, but reel it back in. And do we have what he said? Or do we just have to call?
We just got the tweet. He tweeted. This is what he tweeted yesterday afternoon. It was yesterday because what's the day? It was the 24th. So 2 days ago.
Sunday.
2 days ago. He said, "Here's a hot take." It's actually a hot take for you.
Well, you shouldn't. If you have to put that out there, then don't mention that it's a hot take. Just make it.
Zion Williams. He actually said Zion Williams is already a top 50 current basketball player in the world. That's his hot hashtag facts. And then his follow-up tweet was, "or better." First of all, it's Zion Williamson.
Can you get the name right? Come on, man. You lose points as a jerk.
No question.
If you don't even know how the name.
A real debate,
you're done.
Something serious?
You're done.
We're done with you.
You're done.
Yeah.
You don't even know the guy's name. And it's not the same, Williamson and Williams. What are you doing? You know that?
Rob Parker.
Come on, man.
Oh, that was funny.
That's not good.
Zion Williams is already
unbelievable. Come on.
And then
even Kawhi
hashtag facts.
I think he misremembers.
Hashtag facts.
And did he have FAX? No, he doesn't, does he?
No.
I was going to say.
He did spell facts.
And then he put FAX. No.
But look, when I first heard this, Rob, because I didn't see the tweet, I heard it. My first thought was, what? This is ridiculous. But as I thought about it over time, he's probably right. He's probably right. I mean, he's going to be the number one pick in the draft. Are there 49 players in the league that are going to be better than him next year? I could see Zion stepping into the league and averaging close to 20, if not 20 points a game. So I think Pierce, as crazy as it seems, is really not even giving you that much love. If he had said top 20, then that would have really been saying something. But top 50, you don't think he's in the top 50? I know he's not a sure thing.
No, he's not in the top 50.
I mean, there's really.
Nope.
I say yes.
I say he's not. He hasn't played against that competition yet.
I get that.
And a lot of guys in college are also rans who are just fodder for the best players who are head and shoulders above. And until he's really tested there and we see how he plays, I don't believe that you could put him in that without seeing where he's played with.
Well,
against.
We don't know. I mean, and we won't know until next year. And even then, if you want, you'll be able to argue, unless he just takes the league by storm, that he wasn't top 50 at this very moment. However, I get where you're coming from. He's not playing against that level of competition.
There's not enough of those guys. When you get to the NBA, even the scrubs and the 8th and 9th men were some great players somewhere in college, or they all are.
Yeah, but this guy has shown some tremendous ability. When LeBron James was a senior in high school, he was good enough to do damage in the NBA. Don't you think?
Who, me?
I'm not going there. I think the hype has just gone through the roof.
Yeah, but the dude is bad. Like, you're not sold on what percent. I'll leave a little wiggle room just in case, because we've seen great players just not paying out in the NBA. But I'm like 95% sure this dude's going to be a stud in the NBA. What's your percentage?
I'd say 85.
Okay, so you're
which
still
is high.
Yeah,
real high.
I mean, I get you. You want to be logical this time because
I'm being logical because I've seen
Pierce stole your rant, your hot take.
I've seen so many people, and you know what? I just looked up a tweet from Paul Pierce back in 2001, and he said, Kwame Brown is a top 50 player of all time right now.
Kawhi didn't even like that.
Nope.
I'll give you a pity chuckle.
But my point is, he was supposed to be he's the first overall pick in 2001. All I'm saying is slow down with always being the prisoner of the moment. He's the greatest thing since they sliced bread.
But sometimes it's not prisoner of the moment.
It is prisoner of the moment.
You can analyze and see the dude is the truth.
I'm not there yet all the way.
What doesn't he do?
It's
he's
not that.
Not even
it's
a
not
horrible
that.
shooter.
It's not
like,
that.
Jay isn't awesome, but it's not bad.
It's not that. I haven't seen him against other competition on his level or better. That's the only difference.
But
it's not about him as a player. But I want to see against other competition before I'm ready to do that. You know that everybody's game doesn't translate.
Even if you saw him against other competition, you would not give him love.
That's
just
not
like
true.
You don't give Patrick Mahomes love.
No, we're not.
You gonna owe me food.
I'm not doing that.
You gonna owe me food next year.
I'm not gonna owe you food.
He's gonna throw 40+ touchdowns.
No, he ain't. He won't. It'll be under 40.
Yeah, all right. You the only one on earth believes that. But look, there is such a thing as analysis. And that's all Pierce is doing. As raw and uncouth as it may be, he's giving analysis, looking at Zion's game, and projecting. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean he's a prisoner of the moment. Zion Williamson is dominating, destroying the college level. Destroying. Shooting 70%. Dropping 30 bombs on them. And what I love about him is that he doesn't have to have the ball in his hands to do it, which is so unique for this day and age. He is the truth. Now, I get where you're coming from with the logic, Rob, because we don't know. We just, he's not playing at the highest level.
That's all I'm saying. I don't want you to take it as that I'm knocking the kid. I'm not. I just think that it's all premature. And I think sometimes we get caught up in that. And then you put these lofty expectations on these guys. And then what happens? Flop. Or things don't work out. Or they don't live up to where we thought they would be. And it's not just him. There's a slew. Chris, you know this. You cover this league. Yeah. There's a slew of guys who were supposed to be the next
Markelle Fultz.
Right.
Now, I mean.
No, but he was the number one overall. What's his name? Anthony Bennett was the first overall pick for the Cavaliers.
That was just a horrible
No, I know
pick,
it was a horrible pick, but he was the first pick in the draft.
Yeah. You can even go back. Wayman Tisdale.
We could go on and on.
Was, pretty good.
He had a good career. That's what I'm saying.
He was supposed to be the man. But you can look at some of the things Zion does. He can handle the ball. He can pass. His explosion in size. In today's NBA, he's going to be able to get to the rim and finish, obviously. He defends with zeal and gusto. He blocks shot like the intangibles plus the tangibles. But the hype is at an all-time high. He is the most hyped player since LeBron James. Agreed?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'm trying to think. Yeah.
The most hyped prospect since LeBron James. All right, we want to throw it out to you, 877-99 on Fox. We asked you to weigh in on the Zion hype. Is it gone overboard, 877-99 on Fox?
We need a life preserver because it's overboard all the way.
996-6369.
My goodness. Can the guy get in the league first? Can I see him up against the big boys? He's playing nobody. There's nobody in the way. This is ridiculous. Basically, he's playing in the WNBA. There's nobody there.
Stop it.
You know what I mean.
Stop it.
877-99 on Fox. Let's kick it off with Jimmy in North Carolina. Jimmy, you're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's going on, fellas? Like always, I want to say thank you for taking me home. But
appreciate it.
So normally I agree with Chris, even with this morning, when he made that argument about Giannis being MVP. I understand that. But I have to side with Rob. He's playing against a bunch of kids. Imagine him going the way he did on, UNC or anybody like that against a Joel Embiid or even trying to swirl around a Patrick Beverly. That's not happening. I don't foresee that happening.
Wait. So what's not happening? I mean, first of all, Patrick Beverly's not going to be guarding him. And secondly, how often is he going to face a Joel Embiid at the rim? I mean, there's like 3 players at the rim that are going to be giving him the resistance that Embiid's giving.
He just hasn't played the competition. That's what I'm basing it on. I'm just saying I'm basing it on that. I want to see him against some of the better competition first before I crown them. That's what we do all the time. We crown people. Stop crowning people.
You want to crown them? Then crown their ass.
Then crown their ass.
Saying he's top 50 is not crowning him. All right? Really? Is that all the crown is worth nowadays?
They are who we thought they were.
Max in Florida with The Odd Couple.
Denny Green, the late great.
What's going on, fellas?
What's
Pleasure
up?
to get on. Chris, I know you're swagged out, but before I get into it, Rob, what shoes you have on, my man?
Man, you see my...
He got some fresh ones on today. I'm going to give it to him.
Okay,
he got some
that
white
being
on white
said.
J's.
Yes.
That being said, so I'll make it quick because I know I'm on limited time here. I know you guys know Rashad. It's my guy. We go to the Magic games, and we're chit-chatting about Zion, right? And one thing everyone agrees, he's athletic, he's polarizing, he loves the game of basketball. His biggest critique is his shooting. And, Chris, I think you'll like this one because you always think 2 steps ahead here. The biggest thing, my biggest takeaway against the UCF game and why he will be special, it's not the N1 layup against Taco. It's the 3-point attempt he missed.
Right.
Anybody can shoot a 3-point attempt in the first quarter, but that showed me his trust and his ability to take those jump shots late in the game with everything on the line.
Nah, I feel you. I think
like
he has
that.
the intangibles.
That part I like.
He has the intangibles. He plays hard. He works hard.
And he's not afraid. I always talk about that. It's about you always love guys who aren't afraid to, like Chauncey Billups in Detroit got the nickname Mr. Big Shot. Not just because he made the shots, but he wasn't afraid to take them. And you have to be that guy. So, Max, thanks for the call. Appreciate it. What about Jason in Kentucky? You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What you got?
What's up, guys? Love the show, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Jason.
Hey, so I'm a big Kentucky fan, and I was pretty upset when we didn't get Zion. But so I tried to think of, he's got these weaknesses. He's only a dunker. He's only this. He's only that. He can't shoot. He's overweight. He'll be in foul trouble. And all those things have been wrong. Zion, I think, is a top 50 player. When you look at top 50 players, you look at some of the rankings, you're talking about guys like Lou Williams, Aaron Gordon, DeAndre Jordan, people in that class. It's like, I think he's better than those people.
Yeah, I think you make a great point.
Yeah, I don't think he's shown any glaring weaknesses.
You mean Lou Williams, the all-time scorer off the bench? That Lou Williams?
I mean, yeah.
No, I'm just asking. That's the guy who scored more? Okay. I disagree with Lou Williams. I think Lou Williams is better than him.
Well, yeah, and I'd say he's at the top of that group, one of the top of that group. But, I mean, you're talking about guys, some of those guys of that caliber that are older, and, I mean, I just think
we're too quick, Jason. We're just too quick to crown people and anoint people. Yes, he's a great player, great prospect. Get in the league, play against some better competition, and then I'll really see where he fits in. That's all.
You'll wait 3 years before you give him love.
I just don't think a top 50 is crowning somebody.
Right. Thank you.
Players.
Top 50 doesn't mean anything.
If you said top 20, that's
all right. So if it doesn't mean anything, then Paul Pierce's take that this is a hot take, then so it wasn't a hot take. Is that what you're saying now?
No, you said agree.
No, you said it was a hot take. So I'm asking you, why would you disagree with it?
You said it crowned him.
No, but I'm asking you now.
You went too far.
Chris,
don't try to turn it on me.
I'm asking
it was
you.
a hot take.
That ain't no hot take. You say that being a top 50 doesn't matter.
You saying you crowned him.
No, you saying that top 50 don't matter to anybody.
Then crown their ass.
You saying anybody's a top 50,
no,
right?
I didn't say anybody. Only 50
then it doesn't matter. You said that it doesn't matter.
You're not making sense.
Yes,
Let's
I am.
go to Cordell in California. Cordell,
it ain't a hot take then.
Couple. Don't get mad because somebody had a hotter take than you.
No, nobody. I'm the hot take king.
Thank you guys for taking me.
What's up, Cordell?
Hey, so here's what I got. I tried to watch his game against North Carolina, the game he blew his shoe out in, but of course I wasn't able to watch it. I did catch some highlights the other night against Johnny Dawkins' squad out of Central Florida, and I tell you what, when I saw this guy play, the first thing he reminded me was like the first time I saw David Thompson play, the first time I saw Blake Griffin play. His explosiveness, he's phenomenal. I think the guy's for real, and as long as he can stay healthy and work on his, the little attributes of his game, he's going to be good. He's going to fit right in, and he'll be great.
Nah, that's a good analysis. And look, I was one that thought he was going to get exposed in college this year. Because he was hyped in high school, but I thought he was just a dunker, couldn't shoot and all that. But he's got a lot of game.
He's going to shoot 70% in the NBA. Can't wait. Daniel in South Carolina, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, guys. Thanks for letting me take the call.
No problem.
Thanks for taking the call. And I think that I would probably put him in the top 50 as close. But here's the way I'm thinking about it. If I was going to put together a tournament for one weekend of the best players in the world, and I was going to pick 50 guys for that one weekend tournament, I'm putting Zion in there.
That's a great way to look at it. That's actually an interesting way to look at it.
For box office, he's the hottest thing going. I get it. He's fresh. He's new. I get it. I understand it. I'm not like I fell off a turnip truck. I get it. He's overhyped, though.
You don't get it.
I do get it. This is what we do all the time. This is what we do every day.
Is somebody looking at
Lonzo
his game.
Ball's jerseys going on top of the Staples Center. No, it wasn't.
Saying that.
He's a transcendent player.
Skip is still
oh my
saying
goodness,
that.
He's the next Magic Johnson. He's better than Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd won the Rookie of the Year with Grant Hill. Don't tell me that. If you redid the draft right now, Lonzo Ball would not NOT be the second pick in the draft. He would not. He wouldn't even be a top 15.
Don't you dare compare Lonzo Ball to Zion Williamson.
Take that for data.
Williamson.
Thanks, Paul Pierce. You don't even know the guy's name.
Let's go to Jason in Virginia. You're on with the Odd Couple.
Rod, you have to stop
recognizing greatness when it's right in front of your face. Chris, I like the pragmatic position that you take. You're always a voice of reason.
Yeah, like when he told you LeBron James is better than everybody in the Western Conference and that they would make the playoffs. He asked me, he said, "You're picking the Sacramento Kings? You're picking the Clippers who are trying to tank their season? You're picking them over LeBron James? LeBron James? He gonna make the playoffs." That's just the easy way out. Anybody could pick LeBron James. You know what I did? I took a look at it with my own two eyes, Jason, and I said they're not good, with or without LeBron James.
Keep
I
Jason
stood up.
on. Jason, we apologize.
I'm the one who stood up and said they won't make the playoffs. And you know who was right? Not the guy who took the easy way out.
Rob Parker. There's obviously some wacky stuff.
Stop the injuries. When he came back, they lost. Stop it.
Barring the injury,
There's obviously some wacky stuff in Rob's bologna and cheese he ate today. Go ahead, Jason. Go ahead.
Barring the injury, the Lakers were set to be a playoff team.
Thank you.
Stop it.
The young guys were confident. They were ready to take the next step. All of a sudden, the captain gets injured. There's no one to guide.
Dude, stop it. Stop it. They lost to the Hawks. They lost to Memphis. They lost to his Suns, for God's sake. Stop it.
All right. You done. Man, what's in that? Really? What's in that, like, cheese and mayonnaise you've been eating?
That's all right. It's all good.